Alright, another quick addition because Steve seems to refuse to make an update. We got the Eugene West panel all done. Might be hard to see, but all the switches are wired and everything moves as required, and all the lights are there. So this end of the yard is now complete. It had one more slight issue. Let me just pop under and show you that. So kind of embarrassing, but I'll show you. Alright, it's a little dark, but just one thing that I did. For some reason, see your DS2 and DS1, I had the cables swapped. So we had them hooked up, and we were testing the switches, and we're looking at a switch, and I'm kind of yelling at Steve, he's like, move that switch. He goes, I did. I said, no, move it. I did. So I had to come back down and swap them, which moving here to here was easy. But obviously going from here to here was not, because I didn't have enough length, because I had cut the cables to fit this terminal block. So I had to cut them and cut some. Luckily I had some scrap wire laying around. I cut little pieces and soldered them in, and that was real fun with the little 24 gauge wire, and I had to solder underneath the layout here. But got it done, and now I have a little bit of extra here because when I moved these down, I didn't bother recutting them or anything like that. So I just kind of moved the excess wire here to this end, so it isn't quite as neat as I had hoped, but it's all working. So be careful. I don't know how I did it. I must, because I brought all the cables in and you know, ran them over and had them here, and then you know, cut them and trimmed them and everything. Had them all marked from where they came from the particular switch machine, but I must have had these two labeled backwards by mistake. So kind of embarrassing, but I was able to fix it and get it going. Okay, so with that end done, now we'll move down to this ladder, and this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, only because, well, you can see the benchwork's a little bit narrower. Plus, one thing that didn't really dawn on me that I probably should have considered is, you know, putting this panel and the DCC panel here. Obviously, that's where a lot of the cables come in, power cords, cables for the boosters. And plus I put one of the boosters roughly right under here underneath the layout, so it's a lot tighter, a lot harder to work in this particular area underneath to get the tortoises in. So it's not going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Again, not that doing tortoises are my favorite thing anyway, and now it's going to be a real fun day. But hopefully tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'll be able to get that done and then get this whole ladder done, and then all of this, the entire yard will be done, wired up. Both of these control cabinets will be completely done, and everything will be operational. So hopefully more to come. I don't know when Steve's ever going to get off his lazy butt and actually put these all together and make an update, but we'll just keep working, and at some point in time we'll get this posted. So more to come. Again, hopefully the next time I'll have all this done, and I'll still maintain my sanity. So more to come. Alright, kind of a final update here to this little series that hopefully Steve gets posted soon. Yesterday on Saturday I was able to get the entire Eugene East panel done. So now all the turnouts for the yard are in, wired, and everything works. Just want to say a few notes of caution. It takes a lot more time than I thought. Actually, it went okay installing the tortoises. I was kind of surprised. A lot of it I actually had to do by myself because Steve had to work, but I was able to get it done. But one thing, I'm going to kind of pan back here. If you notice where that panel is and where the yard is, and you see that little jut out from in the wall that actually holds the main drain for the house that you see there. So in hindsight, I really should not have put that ladder with all those turnouts where it is. It's in a relatively narrow spot, which probably would have been okay. Having the control panels there then, and even, you know, the DCC panel, the Easy DCC main panel there, also means that's where all the, you know, the main wiring's coming in, the power, you know, the 120 volt power is coming in. And then I had, you saw the other videos where I have the setups for the switches. So working on those in that tight little space there, trying to crawl around was very cumbersome, to say the least. Not that I'm an old man, but I'm getting up there, and it was just not comfortable. Couldn't really sit back against the wall because of that darn thing. So just be careful where you're putting, you know, your main yard track, all your turnouts, and they're all, obviously with a yard ladder, they're all kind of together in one area. So this probably wasn't the ideal. I should have done a little more pre-planning and maybe move those panels away a little bit so they weren't sitting right next to the very, very narrow spot that we have, and then having the main drain clean out on the bottom there in the back, and then the yard turnouts all kind of congested in one area just because of the ladder. No big deal there, but that's just the way it is. So just some thoughts when you're laying out where you want to do it, because I definitely paid the price having to crawl around and contort myself, because you know the space is less, the wiring is more from other things, power buses and whatnot coming into the panel and the DCC control panel. And so far everything seems to run relatively well. I'm testing it with this little dude here. That's one of the Broadway Limited little trackmobiles, and I actually stopped him right on the frog. Oop, wrong direction. And I've been just running him around, just trying to make sure, you know, kind of nice and slow, that he goes over the frogs okay. Make sure everything's powered, and so far everything looks pretty good. I've run them through the storage tracks over here, just at that nice slow span. I'm not going to show you a lot of this just because it's kind of boring, but you know, just running him nice and slow over the frog, because they'll fit on the whole frog. So that does definitely test that I got them powered okay. And I did decide to use the frog juicers. I know there can be some people that say that's sacrilegious to do that. You should wire it through the tortoise, but I decided not to do that. Just like the ease and the, I guess because I'm lazy, of doing it with the frog juicers. So just run that little guy around. I'm going to continue running him, you know, up and down the ladders and making sure that everything looks good. So now we got the yard pretty well. You can see Steve already got things set up in the yard there. In all honesty, it's not big enough because we put all the auto racks we have and they won't even fit in one track. But it's definitely an improvement over the old layout where we couldn't even run an auto rack. So overall, not bad. So this is a big accomplishment, getting this much done, getting all this completed. Like I said, we still have to do some of the track work on the main line over in Pittsfield, and I'll probably work on getting those crossovers built and getting that done. And then obviously we have the engine area up there, which is now quiet because I turned it off. But the engine storage area up there at the end, and I got to decide, you know, where I want to put on the right two tracks there. Do I want to put some type of engine house there? I originally thought about it on the middle two tracks, a little bit wider spacing, and you know, can do some detail in between. But again, it's not going to be a heavy repair facility. It'll be more of a, you know, run through maintenance and that kind of stuff, just to have an area more to have engine on the layout than anything else. But I will detail it a little bit. So I'm not sure where I want to. I don't know if I want to use the Walthers engine house, because everyone notices it, and if you look at the layout, you'll say, oh yeah, there's a Walthers one. So I'd like to try to maybe scratch build something along the lines of, I like kind of what they have up in Selkirk, New York. If you've ever seen the CSX facility there, they have a pretty cool looking open air-ish run-through facility. So that's coming up. I got to think about that. So overall, again, the yard and now this storage area all complete. The track there at the very end is just kind of laying there. We're not sure how far we want to bring those tracks where that depressed flat car is. Those two pieces of flex are just kind of sitting there right now. Not sure exactly what we're going to do, but so there it is. I'm going to get this to Steve, and hopefully he'll get it posted. Maybe we'll just do one run by or so, come out of the yard just to see how it looks, and then get this up on YouTube for everyone to take a look at.